Hello, developers of automation. This is a C7 Corvette, not exactly replica because I don't have I don't know if there's any fixture mods out there that has the exact headlights and taillights of it, but I came close to it as I possibly could. This is a 2005 coupe body. Production year and engine year and everything like that set to 2020. It's just 1 year away. Somehow car manufacturers or dealerships gets cars from the future anyway, just like a Jeep Gladiator, a 2020 Jeep Gladiator that started selling just like 2 months ago. Somehow they went to January 1st 2020 and got that and brought it back to dealerships. So it's just 1 year away, so I don't see what difference it would make. It's in that black rose metallic, even though they don't offer that in the 2019 year anymore. But like I said, this is the 2005 coupe. The wheelbase, I looked up the specs online, what I could find. The wheelbase is pretty close to this body, and the length is pretty close, except for this one's just 5.8 inches longer. I'll just go over the build with you. The only problem is the price is, I don't know if you've done an update already or what, but the price is pretty right. Uh-oh, what's changed here? Something's happened. No, nothing's happened. The price, I would say, is about right for this car. It says $47,100. Here, let me open up CarGurus. Somebody, I don't know if it's somebody that plays the game or somebody works on your team. They sent me a YouTube comment saying that when I gave you the examples of the Ford Mustang and the Dodge Challenger and the Mitsubishi Mirage, they were saying, well, if you go to their websites, it shows they're about $14,000 for the Mitsubishi Mirage and $33,000 or something like that for the Ford Mustang. But the thing of it is, that's their official website and that's their manufacturer retail suggested price that the dealerships sell that car for. That isn't what the dealerships pay for it, and that isn't what the dealerships sell them for. I mean, nobody goes to the factory that I know of and buys a car from the factory. We go to the dealerships. So the dealerships pay less, probably way less than what what it says on their website, because they have to buy it from them and then sell it for a certain price for them to make profit. And we should always go for the best deal on the vehicle. So here it is. Let me bring my phone up here. I don't know if you actually see. Yeah, 2019 Chevrolet Stingray LT1 Coupe, $43,185, and that's in Florida. This is CarGurus. And this is a brand new car. It only has like 2 miles on it. Probably rode off the back of a truck and drove into a place where it needed to be parked. I don't even think it's been test drove yet, with just 2 miles on it. And like I said, let's say that they charge a high processing fee of $1,000. So that brought it up to $44,185, and then plus tax, which is 6 cents on a dollar, it brings it to $46,836. So $47,000 is just about $300, $250 off, say $275 or something like that. Yeah, just a few $100 off. But the only problem with this that I have is this Corvette gets 25 miles per gallon highway. That's US, that's US miles per gallon. And this is what I got this set to. And this Corvette gets 16.4. So we're off. We're off on the miles per gallon. 25 to 16.4. So I think maybe the prices might be alright. It's just the fuel mileage needs to be buffed, along with horsepower and torque, because in order for me to get to 455 horsepower and 455 foot-pound torque, I had to go with 12.5 fuel mixture, which is right between rich and lean, a little more rich than what I think it would actually be. And I used a super octane, or 93 AKI. And like I said, 455 horsepower, 455 foot-pound torque. So I think if you buff the horsepower where I can lower us down, you know, these are just suggestions, or not really suggestions, but my request. You know, I do appreciate, you know, you, Kill Rob, and your team that you work with for making a fantastic game, and making a game that's pretty realistic. You know, I'm just requesting it be a little bit more realistic, because well, let's just go over to build. Now, some things I couldn't find online, I guessed at it. I used fiberglass panel material. That got me like more miles per gallon. And you know, the price was just around $47,000, so why not use it, since it's pretty close to what the actual price of the Corvette is. But I think they've gotten away from fiberglass in the Corvettes. I know they used to use them back on the older Corvettes, but I think they might actually be made out of partial aluminium or aluminium, or they could still be using fiberglass. I don't know. I don't know that much about Corvettes now. I chose monocoque chassis type. I don't think they're using glued aluminium, but I could be wrong. But I got it for that kind of price. Front longitudinal double wishbone front and rear. I looked up, I did find that it was an aluminium block and head. And this is the 90-degree V8, 6.2 liter. Almost exactly the same bore, 4.067. I think the real one's 6.5. And exact stroke 3.622. It is a push rod. The crank is forged steel. Now, connecting rods, they didn't really give me much information on it, but I chose heavy duty forged, because it did have some engine stress, but that took care of it. I'm not using any quality at all whatsoever, so this is flat. No minus or plus quality in any of these parts. What they told me was it's powdered steel, and I don't know what that means. Another website I looked said that the connecting rods were made out of metal. No kidding. You mean they're not made out of carbon fiber or wood? Perhaps maybe oak wood or redwood or maybe even walnut. So they didn't give me much information about the connecting rods, but I chose heavy duty forged. Pistons, they say, were aluminium forged. I guess it just is forged on here, but I guess that's what that is. Compression ratio, I think they're 10-1, or the real Corvette's 11-5-1, but I got it up to 12.9-1. And cam profile, I use 64. And they are variable valve timing engines, naturally aspirated. I did look it up, and they did say that it was direct injection, and I chose single configuration with a performance intake. Like I said, 93 octane. The ignition timing, I chose 65. That's how I was able to get the correct horsepower and torque. 6,800 RPM rev limiter. I used long tubular headers, dual exhaust, 2.75 inches on exhaust diameter, a high flow 3-way, and no second muffler. The first muffler is a straight through. Rear wheel drive, and they do have a 7-speed manual, This is my favorite car, by the way, my dream car, just because of that. Because I like changing gears a lot. A 343 rear end, and the real Corvette's either 342 or 343. I can't remember, but I know that it's very close or exactly the same. I just guessed on his gear ratios here. I say that the Corvette probably has geared LSD or viscosous LSD, but I chose electric LSD. It might have that, I don't know. I don't really know for sure. I'm using hard long life tires, and almost to correct tires on it. I think it had 19s on the front and 20s on the rears, but I chose 20s, so 245 35 20s on the front, 285 30 20s on the rear. At least the width and the aspect ratio is right. They do use alloy rims. Vented disc, one piston on the front. I don't know how many pistons they are, but they did use ventilated disc on the front and salt disc on the rear. I don't know the actual disc size, so I chose 17 front and rear. Salt disc, one piston in the rear. Pad type is, let me adjust this a little bit because when I chose lighter weight, it kind of messed everything up just a tiny bit. Okay, anyway, I chose pad type 41. I could probably lower that down some without getting any brake fade and make it a little bit cheaper. But if that's the case, then yeah, the price is pretty much well right on this kind of car here. I would say that they probably use fully clad at the most on a Corvette, but I chose semi-clad, but I chose fully clad for the fuel mileage. And I don't know if they have cooling flats, but I chose it for the fuel mileage, and plus I had it in the right price range. It is a two-seater. They probably use sport, but I chose standard with a basic infotainment. Sport seats would cost them, a lot more. I did look it up. They did say they have electric, some kind of electric. They didn't quite say electric variable. They got some kind of fancy name for it. So it was either electric or electric variable, but I chose electric. And I'd say that it does probably have electronic stability control. And I chose basic 10s on safety. Standard springs, twin 2 dampeners, passive sway bars, and I didn't put any sway bars on the front or rear. And I'm still only getting like 3.7, roll angle. But yeah, the price is about right. It's just, I believe that, my request is that the horsepower and torque and fuel mileage be buffed without having to add any quality to it. So yeah, Rob, I appreciate this game, and you listen to me, and I hope that you watch this video too, and see about working together, try to get this game a little bit more realistic. Than it is pretty realistic, but a little bit more realistic than what it is right now. And I appreciate